Hi, my name is Jamie, and in this short video I'm going to show you how to reheat and plate this week's main course of Gressingham duck breast, which has been dry aged, orange braised endives, which has also been caramelized, chestnut puree, and pickled beetroot. So first of all, the duck breast. So this is a Gressingham duck breast, which is a British breed. So this was actually a breed that was developed a number of decades ago now, and they are farmed in Suffolk. And it's essentially a cross between the Peking duck and the wild mallard. And it's a lovely duck, I personally love duck. So this is, for me as well, personally a special week to be able to have duck. I hope you guys enjoy it at home as well. So I source these from my local butcher, which is Hedone Son in Camberley. If you are in the area, I highly recommend that you go to Hato's. They have a dry ager in the shop, and they kindly allowed me to sit the breasts in the dry ager for a couple of days. And what that does is it intensifies the flavor of the meat, and also helps to dry the skin, which gives you a better sear as well. So always, if you're able to dry age or buy dry aged meats, it's quite a special thing, and it really adds a lot to the final flavor. So what I've done is I've taken the breast and the braised endive, and I've just put them on a baking tray, and I've baked them in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 14 minutes. Make sure that you've preheated the oven because obviously the times are quite precise, and what that should give you is medium rare, which is the level of doneness that I enjoy. If you like it more pink, then just take it out a couple of minutes early, cut into the meat and see if you're obviously happy with the level of doneness. If you like it medium, then leave it for a couple of minutes longer. It's obviously entirely up to you how you enjoy it. So this one is one that I've just pulled out of the oven, and I'm just letting it rest here for a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to finish off the rest of the dish. So the chestnut puree, the best way to reheat this is actually in the microwave. So if you just loosen the lid and place it on top, and then just put it in the microwave for about 45 seconds, just make sure that it's warmed through. And to reheat the sauce, I'm going to do that in a saucepan. The sauce is a port wine and red wine sauce, which I've made with homemade brown chicken stock, roasted chicken stock. It's a very, very thick sauce, so it's very concentrated. So make sure that you take all of it out and into the saucepan. So, and then, as I always say, the best thing to do at home is to reheat it gently, but I'm going to do it on a higher heat, just so it goes a little bit more quickly. Just going to check up on the chestnut puree. Yep, that's warmed up nicely. I must say it smells lovely. Lovely aromas of the roasted chicken stock and the port and the wine. So that's now reheated. I've just left it on the lower setting just to keep it warm. And I've preheated a plate in the oven. When you're plating dishes like this that have obviously a few different elements, always a good idea to preheat your plate, because it does take a little bit of time until you've assembled everything on the plate. And in a professional environment, in a restaurant, you've got hot lamps, which these sadly are not. And that also helps to keep the food warm. But at home, absolutely very minimum we can do is obviously heat up the plate. So I'm going to slice the the duck breast. How you do that is entirely up to you. I'm going to carve it in the traditional way, which is transverse, and present it in that way. But in restaurants, I've also seen it done in this direction and then laid on its side, which shows off the doneness of the meat very nicely. The way I'm about to do it shows off the skin more. So whether you go this way or that way, obviously it's entirely up to you at home. So I carve it about 1/2 centimeter thickness, which I think is a nice thickness. And just to show you the doneness at home, so you can see it's still a little bit pink. This is basically medium rare. So if you like it this way, then 180 degrees Celsius for 14 minutes. And then, as I said earlier, if you want it more pink or medium, just adjust it accordingly. The little bit of red jus you see coming out is absolutely fine and normal. So what I like to do is, just to make sure that it doesn't get very wet on the plate, I just dry, because you can see quite a bit of liquid comes out. You don't want that running around on your plate. So I just put it on some kitchen towel just to dry it a little bit. And then just carefully transfer that onto the plate, like so. There we are. And now to finish, we have the braised endive. Again, of course, these ingredients are hot. I'm sort of used to it, but at home, if you're not comfortable, take a spoon and use that instead. And I've got the chestnut puree here, so I'm just giving that a little stir. And there we are. I've got 2 portions in here, but I'm only going to use 1. Just clean that up. And then just go and grab our sauce. So the sauce is already quite thick, so you don't need to reduce it at home. You just need to warm it through. And then just spoon that over. Like so. And then just to finish off, I've got some pickled beetroot. It's nice and crunchy, and it's obviously got a bit of acidity, which I think balances nicely the natural sweetness of the duck and the endives as well, or chicory, if you know them as chicory. So I just place them around. like so. And just turn it around to present it for you. And I just always like a little bit of finishing salt, in this case Maldon salt, at the top. And there you have it, this week's main course: dry-aged Gressingham duck breast, braised endives. You have the chestnut puree and the beetroot as well, the pickled beetroot. Hope you enjoy it at home.